Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy New Year. Almost. We had set Christmas yesterday, so I hope you all had enjoyed your Christmas holiday. We got one more show for the rest of the year. 2024 is almost over. It's the weirdest time whenever we have holidays on a Wednesday. It just always throws me off, but I want to do one more report before next week. I know it's Thursday, it's a little bit late, but I'll throw in a video game market report tomorrow for you guys. Hope you guys do enjoy the show. If you guys do like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff helps with the algorithm, helps with paying for my cat food and the new truck I got. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. I got just a pretty short list for you guys today. And yeah, I couldn't really look up last week's info. Sorry, this is last week's info. What am I talking about? But no, I couldn't find a ton of info on like old stuff, I guess you could say. But I hope you guys like this report. It should be a pretty good one. As always, they are pretty fun. But kind of took some new stuff, took some old stuff that I forgot about, and the prices are as of, I think, Tuesday this past week. So right before Christmas Eve. Exiles 3. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy with this book. There's a lot of people that argue that the book that came out in 2022, right before the pandemic crash, is the book to get. The market says this is the book to get, I guess. So Exiles 3, Peggy makes it into the MCU. Captain Carter, first appearance. I always forget, man. It's been so long since I got this book, but this variant's pretty cool. It's a number 3 issue, so not that many were put out there. There's like a mini Wolverine inside the comic book as well. $200 for a raw diggity dog for this guy. I don't think that's a bad price. I think this has more of staying power because of the cover so much as like the actual book, or sorry, the actual news coming out. And I think what I found in the market report from this past week is we're gravitating more towards comic collectors or people that want to collect the comic versus speculators that are speculating on the MCU, the shows, just because the shows aren't doing very well right now. For whatever reason, whether it's the media, perception, actual like footage. I remember I was reading on a text message thread from someone that, Captain America 4 hasn't even come out yet, and there's already critics saying that they need to reshelve it. So, I don't know. It is what it is, but we'll see. Give me 1 second. All right. Again, Miss Marvel, the number 2 Molina variant. This is coming in more to the stratosphere of comic collectors or people that just like a good cover. Not so much the story is great, but I could not find any recent sales for this book. So it looks like people are holding on to it, or they want a lot of money for this book. 2K asking for a 9.8. That's still, I feel like, around what pandemic prices were. I would say, going on a limb, this is the best Miss Marvel comic book cover of all. This is my favorite one. It's a bubblegum cover, so all you bubblegum nerds out there, shout out to Mr. Longshort. This one's for you. On to the next. Young Avengers number 1. I don't know, man. Like, I holding on to the ones that I have. I got them in pretty cheap, so it's not really like I'm losing money, but you're definitely not getting the $1,000 per 9/8s, even the 500s, even with all the new characters that are showing up in the MCU. It's just not hitting with the current viewership. I'm going to say generation, but viewership of the MCU followers. $195 for a 9.8 raw or 9.8 sale I saw. It was on Whatnot, so I cannot verify if it was on eBay. And let's just talk about the book real quick. I think this book is a great story to read. These guys aren't super popular, but the writers that is. But I just thought it was a really fun series to read. I did read it on the Marvel app. There's a lot of rich kind of storyline, and it flows really well, and they introduce characters in a really good way. I just thought it was a fun read. So whatever you have to say about the MCU and whatnot, I think this is a great value here. I don't know if it's going to pop when these guys actually come into uniform, but if you were going to speculate, I think 195 is not bad. Hold it. You're going to hold it for a long time, though. That's kind of the ongoing trend of this whole deal. So some newer stuff. Thundercats 8. I'm really interested in this book. I was watching Comic Tom's show the other day, and it sounds like there's some pretty cool like comic actual writing in this, and new characters going to be introduced or revealed, I guess. $25 for a raw dog. This is a Dynamite cover. $100 for a 9.8. I don't think I would buy this, like, as far as speculation is concerned. I want to buy it because I want to read it. So anyway, pretty cool book. Exciting. Oh, it's drawn by some guy that's really popular right now. G.I. Joe, the last issue. I love last issues. I used to do market reports on the live shows with Fedora and Pickles doing last issues, and those were always fun ones to do. A 9.6 in this went for $300. That's pretty strong in my opinion. You know, I don't think kids like G.I. Joe, unless you're a kid like me, but this definitely harkens back to my heart. You know, it's also interesting. I don't know if there's just short prints of the newest G.I. Joes from IDW, but I cannot find them anywhere. Talked about in the Discord and all that stuff. But yeah, pretty crazy. I don't know if G.I. Joe will ever have a surge back in a popularity, but the new comic book series is really fun. It's a really fun read if you're not reading it and you just like a good story. Read it. It's great. I'm really enjoying it. But last issues, they're kind of fun. And this one's kind of held its value. Again, this market report was kind of different for me. I wanted to go after books that we may have forgotten about, but have still held pretty good value. Incredible Hulk number 377, the third print. I don't know, man. This is one of the greatest third prints of all time. It's up there. I personally am not like searching for this book, but I always like to keep it on tabs with just what the market's doing, and I think it's doing pretty well. 9.2 sold for $400, which I thought was a little bit overpriced. A 9.8 sold for $809.8. Wow, that's crazy. But that's crazy money. And the longevity of this book has, you know, it's going to stay like those prices. I mean, I think inflation will probably hit it. You know, comic book inflation if you're an economic guy like me. But I think it's a modern masterpiece regardless, and it's a fun one to see. Like if you ever see this like in the LCS or something, it's a great cover. I think this would be really cool to have like as a video game cover if they ever have an Incredible Hulk video game, which I don't think they should do. But anyway. All right. We got one more book after this one. But again, if you guys could do me a huge favor, hit that like button, subscribe, tell like 2 friends, tell them to subscribe, tell them to do the same thing. I need to pay for cat food. It's a big deal. Immortal Hulk number 12. This is probably one of my favorite. This is my favorite book out of the whole series. Apologies. If you are a new reader to comic books, Immortal Hulk's a great one to read. It's cheap and it comes in trade paperback, but I feel this is like one where you need to collect all the covers just because Alex Ross did really well with all the covers for these prints. $50 for a 9.8. I don't know if it's worth it to slap this book, but I think it's worth it if you do want a 9.8 to just buy it outright for $50. Don't go through the hassle of having to wait for CGC to come back, the anxiety of what it's going to grade at, and then hoping that it comes back in, you know, peak condition or whatever. There is a rumor that CGC is going to bump up their prices. I don't know if that's going to affect the value of already graded comic books, but I feel like it's going to have to, because people are going to be like, well, I bought this book for $20. It's going to cost me $30 to grade. You know, it may or may not get a 9.8. Why don't I just get a $50 9.8 and Immortal Hulk, whatever, and not have to worry about all the stuff I just said just previously. Something to think about, and something I'm going to look out for in the next couple of videos. And last but not least, this book was hot. And if you did not sell at the time the trailer came out, like I always freaking say, you missed out. Superman number 8. This is a great Michael Turner variant as well, in my opinion. This book's a really tough 9.8, but sells for $5. I remember people, myself, were paying like $8 to $10, like right before the trailer was going to come out. And then when the trailer came out, this book was going for like 20 to 30. The one to get if you're a collector of Michael Turner, or if you just like this particular Supergirl, the Aspen variant. It's a damn ghost. It's considered, I think, a modern Grail, and it goes for $1,000 plus in 9.8. So anyway, that is your list for the day or for the week. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm going to go back to what I was doing, and y'all have a great day. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. I'll do another I'll do another video tomorrow for you guys. Take care.